racing up to Jordan. Again, it's full. He's got an edge. He's going to get that full. He swung at that, fell off his feet, but there's no one else.
Hello, we're back, and playing conditions, the weather has relented, so this game between England and Pakistan, the first of a thrilling, gripping 5-match ODI series that we're all looking forward to so much, can resume with Pakistan having been put into bat by England captain rather, Owen Morgan. Any idea what they're on? No, me neither.
69, wasn't it?
For 2?
It was for 2.
There has been a revision of the playing conditions. We're now down to
71 for 2 there.
41 overs per side. I think it said 1 bowler can bowl 9, 4 bowlers can bowl a maximum of 8. So, yes, we had, well, we may not have seen Alex Hales in the England team, but we did see hail descending from the heavens earlier, which drove the players from the wicket.
And Harris Sahale.
And Harris Sohail, quite a good spot there. As the batsmen, the bowlers, the fielders and the umpires make their way out to the middle in what looks to be bright sunshine, bizarrely. Imam ul Haq and Harris Sohail are the not-out batsmen. Imam has 34 from 58 balls, Harris 13 from 11. It doesn't sound great, 34 from 58 balls, but early doors it was pretty difficult to lay a bat on the ball. The ball was moving from Archer and from Wokes, and it was more a case of staying in and getting to a slightly easier time down the road. Anyway, Joe Root was in the middle of an over when they came off, 71 for 2 Pakistan, so he will complete this over. He has 2 balls left of it. It's the 17th of the innings, and he'll be bowling to Imam ul Haq. We may jingle people up shortly as Root is right arm round the wicket to the left-handed Imam, who shovels this round the corner towards square leg. They've taken 1, they're going to think of 2. It isn't there, so just a single to Imam. And there's...
What do we think the thinking is of the bowling
we don't think
route?
There's any thinking.
You don't think of there's no thinking?
No, I think there is. I think they're basically trying to reduce the amount of overs that Denny might have to bowl as well. I think
well,
they're
and
gonna...
Stokes possibly, as Root is in again, a little bit shorter. Hurrying on to Harris, he plays it to short extra cover, no run, the end of the 17th over, 72 for 2. You want to continue that thought, gentlemen?
Well, yeah, I think that, I mean, they were talking about Denny as a replacement for Adil Rashid, weren't they, if he gets injured, or as a possible, you know, fill-in, can he bowl 10 overs, but they clearly decided that they're not going to bowl him 10 overs in this game. Therefore, how many are they going to bowl him? And therefore, is it of any use whatsoever?
Well, if that was the thinking, why be in the side?
Well, exactly. That's my thought. I mean, in a T20, I mean, he bowls 4 decent balls and over, but those other 2 have a tendency to be carted because they're sort of half trackers.
Morally carted. Anyway, Ben Stokes is going to be back from the other end. He'll be bowling to Imam.
There's quite a lot of grass on that track, isn't there?
Yeah, it looked a bit green early doors. So the big angry ginger stroke strawberry blonde chap will be bowling.
Let's have a jingle.
And we'll jingle him up.
Ben?
Ben Stokes.
Up to the wicket now, bowls short, and an attempted cut by Imam gets underneath the ball. The ball is into the hands of England's open inverted commas wicket-keeper, close inverted commas Joss Buttler.
That seemed to be through him just a little bit quicker than he was expecting somehow,
yeah,
wasn't it?
he's just back after the break. You know, he's going to take
very
a
late
ball
on
or
it.
2 to find your timing. I don't think it was a particularly quick delivery. It was short and it was wide, and had he climbed into that and hit it to the boundary, we would have said that was a crap ball, but it's a dot ball, so we're very results orientated here.
We have some hellos on Quick Tracker.
As Stokes bowls another short ball, and this is a late pull again by Imam, and gets underneath the ball. It's into Butler's gloves.
We have Syed Imran says nice and hello. Kashif Khan says match stop something or other. Kasim Shazad said any info? Yeah, you can see the score there. Pakistan are 72 for 2 now. There's been a lot of rain stops, and it's down to, what are we, is it now 41 overs per side. Match resumed, says Hamad Shah. It does indeed.
Ben Stokes, right arm over, up to the wicket, bowls another short ball, and this is pulled from outside the off stump by Imam into the ground and then into the hands of the short mid-wicket fielder. 3 dot balls in this over so far. And you're listening to Guerrilla Cricket. And I'm not Fred Titmus. On my right, playing your jingles, it's the man, the myth, the legend, it's the Bear.
Hello there. Did we? I
He
think
uses the indoor facilities, he doesn't go in the woods. And on my left, reading your tweets and generally providing high quality statistical information, it's the Bish, Tony Bishop.
Hello again.
Stokes bowls again. This is a full ball on leg stump and it's turned, well, I thought it was a wide of mid-wicket, but it isn't. Mid-wicket made good
stop.
ground. It's Joe Root, so another dot ball, 4 in a row.
yeah, we forgot to mention the GPL today, hence no one's entered.
Okay, well I think it's closed now anyway.
Yep.
So you've missed your chance to win an absolute fortune.
38 quid it was.
Yeah. Which is a huge amount of money. You could probably buy 1.5 beers at the Oval for that. Stokes, who's relatively economical so far, is into bowl. A short ball and it's pulled
Nice.
absolutely just
Great
behind
shot.
square. He's absolutely nailed that, has Imam. He's got it to the boundary. It's 4 runs.
Yes, it is.
Has anyone joined us on the great world of Twitter?
The main discussion was whether we'd cover the IPL during the rain break.
No. Next question.
Well,
Well, it was a bit tricky because we cover it for maybe 4 or 5 overs, and then we'd be back to this.
Yeah,
It
that
does
was
seem-
a-
it
that
seems
was
a bit incomplete and a bit wishy-washy to me.
democratic team decision.
Another short ball from Stokes. This is guided down to third man by Imam. It's just 1 run as the ball is returned to Butler at the end of the 18th over. 77 for 2. Imam has 40 and Harris 13.
Messi Jezzett was who'd been originally suggesting it.
Messi, I tried to get them to play the Nick Compton interview for you, or the village cricket game, but
The village cricket game is loathed by everybody now.
yes, yeah, but
Well,
you know, you can actually mouth along to it like old Monty Python
Yeah.
sketches.
I think we played that virtually every break during the IPL that we've done.
That's great.
But he had said that seeing as Kane Williamson is batting, Jane with a Y should be serviced immediately. And Jane with
The
a
way
Y
you're going with that.
took a degree of affront to that and said, "Serviced? I'm not a cow."
We have
But she
change of
included a
bowling.
picture of a cow in the tweet.
We have a change of bowling. It's the right arm leg break bowler bowling from the Vauxhall end, a 31-year-old of that ilk, and this is his jingle.
And we're shooting on the 45. 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 And you can turn it both ways. And you can turn it. And you can turn it both ways. And you can turn it. And you can turn it both ways. And you can turn it on the 45.
And he's about to bowl the first ball of the spell. It'll probably be a googly. It usually is. He's got a slip to the left-handed Imam. As Rashid up to the wicket. Bowls. It's a full toss. We don't know whether it was a leg break or a googly, and it's driven up to a long on where there is a man stationed near the boundary. 1 run. 78 for 2. Harris. Isn't Harris Cockney rhyming slang for something?
Your Harris,
Yeah,
yeah,
what
it's
is it?
sort of it's your bum basically.
Okay, this is on leg stump and turned it to the leg side. There's a bit of confusion between the batsmen. The keeper Butler chases after the ball, underarms it back to Root, who's the slip fielder. The stumps are broken, but the batsman was well back in his crease.
Leah is with us again. Says, "What the fuck is the point of having hair implants and then choosing that haircut, Benjamin?" Which obviously referring to Stokes.
This is again outside the leg stump and driven sweetly out to deep mid wicket by Harris for a single. Johnny Bairstow mops up at deep mid wicket.
Bounty Sahu says England. Gosh Bukti says hi.
Hi.
And we've put a message out ourselves which I'm not going to read. You're going to read it yourselves.
Adil bowls and defended by Imam. Very watchful. Not much sign of any turn. I'm not sure you'd expect a wicket quite this green to turn very much for Rashid, but he does turn the ball on a lot of surfaces. He's up to the wicket bowls, and this is onto the back foot goes Imam and drives us up to deep mid on for a single. 80 for 2.
I suspect that Adil Rashid will be hoping that Sarfraz Ahmed gets to the crease fairly soon. He's taken his wicket 4 times, taken his wicket more times than any other Pakistani batsman.
No, that's what that giant bulldog clip piece of paper is telling us.
Well,
Down the wicket comes Harris. He's missed the ball. Buttler has the easiest of stumpings, and that.
Well, hang on.
He didn't take the stumps, did he?
What?
I've never seen a bowler look so pissed off if the wicket
What
was
happened?
taken.
Did he miss the stumps, Buttler?
I think he did.
I mean,
think
I've
he
been
did.
going on that he's a shit wicket keeper for years, but if he's actually taken the ball and then missed the stumps when the bloke was, oh no, he was juggling with it.
He got the.
He didn't
Stuck
take it
under his
clean.
arm,
He got
didn't
it
he?
stuck under his arm.
That is shocking wicket keeping.
That was pretty poor, I've got to say.
Oh God! I mean,
Poor.
he had
No,
all the
that's
time in the
really
world
not
to
good.
gather the ball, break the wicket, and I just assumed it was a stumping because it was so obviously a stumping. The batsman had even given it up, but Buttler has not completed.
I wonder
his
if
work.
Paul
Oh,
and Annie.
umbrellas are up
Oh,
again.
hello.
Umbrellas are up again, and are they walking off the wicket, off the pitch?
They are.
I think they are.
Oh,
Rain
for
has stopped
fuck's
play, ladies and
sake.
gentlemen. Can we just call this now and just say we
Well,
can't be
no,
asked?
they can't. They've got to get through all these overs.
I wasn't
haven't
talking
they?
about them. I was talking about us.
Oh, well.
Anyway, it's 80 for 2 off 19 overs, and if that's the last ball of the match, it probably won't be, then Buttler can will have a long time to sit and think about it.
Well, we have a few tweets in the meantime. Evil Scooters. Hail all. Hail all. Very good.
Hail.
Hail again. Not with you long tonight. Everyone was enthused with the Archer spell, I take it. Athers could hardly contain his excitement earlier. Well, yes, he did bowl well, I have
There's
to say.
nothing like an excited Athers.
Leia says it's hairspray Adil, not beard spray. Davis Haddigan, in replying to us, says his opening over had a few talking, delivered some corkers. Yes, he did. Messi Jazz has just said, why the fuck is Buttler keeping wicket? I think that will be in response to that.
Well, generally Butler's better than
Ash,
Bairstow, I'd say.
I think Johnny Bairstow would have taken the stumps off cleanly enough there, though.
No, I disagree. I think Bairstow's a worse keeper than Butler. I mean,
And you know, as that happened, I was thinking, well, where are Grubby and Annie at the moment? I'm not suggesting they're together, but I was saying, as in both being the most devout Joss Buttler fans.
At the Church of Buttler.
Anna Forsyth had said, okay, I love Joss, but come the fuck on. And Annie had said, you leave Buttler alone, he's just had a baby.
did he?
Well, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, it's
Wow.
amazing what they can do nowadays, medical science. Now that Messi Jazz is listening, maybe we should queue up the village cricketers game and have a little break.
Presumably it was a good delivery.
Well, it went across.
No, I was talking about the baby.
Oh, but yeah. Well, I hope they didn't pass it straight to Butler.
He would have
may
dropped it. He would have
dropped
probably
on his
dropped
head.
it. Yeah.
Oh dear. Anyway, Rashid looked suitably disgusted.
Evil Scooter says, bring back folks.
Well, I mean, he did all right the other day, but I just, you know,
Actually, on 50 overs, okay, it's neither here nor there. In 20 overs games, I think you do need your absolute best wicket-keeper because it's a very important position in the field. You know, it means you can stand up to seam bowlers. You can take a lot of the advantage that a batsman has out of the game by having a top quality wicket-keeper.
he can, but I mean, he's made mistakes behind the stumps as well. I mean,
Oh, all
you
keepers
know,
make
always
mistakes.
do
They do.
make mistakes, but I mean, he is a better keeper. But
Yeah, he's a much better.
you know, the problem is that the way England play their cricket, isn't it? Essentially, Buttler fits in. Everyone has to be able to smash it around the ground in the top 7, which they can do. And whether Folkes is quick enough as a scorer, as a T20
I don't
or
care if
an
he
ODI
bats at 10.
batsman.
I mean, you've got so many, all
Yeah, but if he bats, but that's not the point, because if he's just purely in for his keeping and he's not going to bat, he's taking up a space in the side, and basically you want as many.
Why can't he bat 11?
Because you want as many bowlers and as many batsmen. Everyone has to be able to bat properly and score runs. If you don't have them in the top 7, then 8, 9, 10 Jack should be bowlers. And if he's a keeper, then
but when
you're,
you've got
you're
Stokes who's a
reducing
bowler
yourself.
and Moeen who's a bowler and other people, I think they've got enough room to carry your top wicketkeeper because he adds so much more
I don't think he. I mean, I think that's. I don't think he adds that much more.
No, I think
he's
a
a
good
better
keeper, a high quality keeper, adds a lot to the bowling.
I think it's different in a
unit.
Test match.
Yeah.
But
I think probably less in 50
so
overs.
in
I would say in a
limited
Test match and in a 20 over match, probably
I
less
think-
so in a Test match.
I think
oddly
even
enough.
less so in a T20, to be honest.
Messi Jez has just said on that criteria, Prince Harry should be keeping wicket, presumably because he's just had a
He's just
baby
had
as
a
well.
baby.
Well, yeah.
And he's a redhead, not necessarily an angry one.
Oh.
Leia says, I agree with the Bear on Butler being the much better keeper. Also, he has a much more agreeable personality. Chris Paul from Save Withybush Hospital says, just tuning in. Has Archer done anything? Yes, he has. He's taken a wicket in, was it his first over?
Second, I think.
Second over, but Paul
Butler
slipped.
may have an
Terrific delivery.
agreeable personality, which may help him explain to Rashid why he's just missed the easiest stumping of all time.
Well, indeed, I'm sure Rashid will not be happy.
No.
We should say hello to everybody on Cricket Tracker. There's an awful lot of you, and
Fantastic.
if you are tuning in, just to know that obviously we will be covering this series, and then the World Cup starts. We'll be doing that entirety of the World Cup with our friends in South Africa. We'll be doing about 18 games. We're doing about 43. They'll all be going out on our channel. They'll all be available on Cricket Tracker throughout the World Cup. So there you go. Give you a few comments from there. Saad Aziz Samad Ahmad says Jofra Archer will prove that Chris Lewis of 1990 World Cup will prove Chris Lewis of 1992 World Cup this time in this World Cup. First bowl duck, important contest.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Keep sending in your cogent critiques of England selection policy via Cricket Tracker.
Indeed, Nissa Chacha and Asif Malik says nice to you both. Of course, you can also follow us on GorillaCricket.com. There's ways for you that you can help us carry on going by joining Patreon at patreon.com/Gorilla Cricket. We are a global service. We do it for you, the fans, and any way you can help us via donating via PayPal or Patreon is always helpful. There's the archive on our website. It's 20 quid a year, and you get currently about 5 years of full match play and around about 1,300 jingles, and I've got to upload about another couple hundred before the World Cup starts. So please help us out. And of course, in the World Cup, we'll be doing the GPL as well. We always do the GPL every day, which allows you to win a certain amount of cash by deciding how many runs are going to be scored in a day. If you get it right, you get the pot. At the current, it's 38 quid. It's not available today now because it's finished. But we do it every game, and we might be expanding that to India and other parts of the world.
Going back very quickly to that discussion about English wicket keepers, am I? Well, I'm certainly not thinking a shit wicket keeper, but am I right in saying that Rishabh Pant hasn't made the India squad?
That's correct.
See, that surprises me, because I think he's definitely something of an X-factor player who brings an extra something. I mean, clearly you've got to accommodate MS Dhoni in his farewell, but surely who would be cover for him in that case?
I don't think is Dinesh Karthik in the squad. I don't know. We had a lot of discussion about this during the IPL game, but I can't remember what we discussed about.
Kohli, Sharma, Bumrah, Yuzvendra Chahal, Shikhar Dhawan, MS Dhoni, Jadeja, KD Yadav, Dinesh Karthik.
Yeah, Dinesh Karthik is there for the replacement.
Kuldeep Yadav, Bhuvi Kumar, Shami, Hardik Pandya, KL Rahul. Am I right in thinking KL Rahul can also keep wicket? Might be
Yeah,
wrong.
I mean, he
Vijay
does
Shankar.
keep it. He keeps wicket in the IPL, but he's not a great keeper. Vijay Shankar was in instead, I think, of Pant.
Anyway, we bring you very little positive news from the Oval because the tarpaulins are still on the outfield and the wheeled covers are still on the wicket.
Seems to be a bit of action going on around the covers though,
Well, I'm
with
just
the
trying
ground
to-
staff.
Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to figure out whether they're going to roll up that cover. Oh, they are. Are they
pulling it off?
removing
I
that?
think they are. In the meantime, Messi Jez has said, don't bother with the IPL. It's even duller without the English and Australian players. Gordon Anderson says he folked up the stumping. Gary Naylor says only for Sussex, and he's replying to another conversation. Messi Jez says Pant's keeping is pretty ordinary. He just dropped a sitter in the IPL.
They're bringing on more covers, I'm afraid. So we're
bringing
going
on
to
more.
We're gonna take a
a
break.
play the village cricketers game or some such.
We'll go back to the highlights of this T20.
And we will join you as soon as anything interesting happens, which may be a number of weeks.
A number of weeks.
Number of weeks, hours. So all you people on Cricket Exodus, we're going back to the highlights, but it'll still be Pakistan versus England. We're going back to a third T20, and this is from 2015, and you can see how we progressed in 4 years. In terms of commentary. Okay, until we come back live, we shall see you shortly. Bye.
Fine third man, and it's gone very fine for one of these.
And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing the boundary, crossing the boundary.
Elegance.
Yeah, I mean it's full. I mean, but it's too wide. He's got a lot of width. I mean, he nearly sort of defeated himself, didn't he, Malik? Because he got wide outside the leg stump. But I mean,
look at that watch he's wearing, Jordan.
Yeah,
it's ludicrous.
did he get it off?
You're not James Bond.
Did he get it off World Cup committee in Rio or something?
Ralph the Wonder Llama seconds Messager's sentiments, and he can't wait to see the state of us on 8 a.m. on Boxing Day.
You won't see it.
Jordan in full always miss hit by
no
Shoaib
ball.
Malik.
Easy.
Thrown at the bowler there.
What are you doing,
No,
Root?
that's fine.
Come
They haven't
on.
come back for a second. Is that going to give it as a no ball?
I don't know. It was a high full toss.
Oh,
I
they're going
think
to
they're
go.
discussing it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. No, they
No,
haven't given
they
it.
haven't.
Thank God for that. So, 10 runs required off the last over.
And Wokes to bowl.
Wokes to bowl. Malik to face.
Still, my money's on the.
Just got away with that, I
Pakistanis.
think.
Okay, here's the joke that I didn't get. He says, I've just missed my train home. I can be there around 1 a.m. Do you fancy a beer?
Because he missed his train when he came down.
I want to hear about the dancing on Friday night. Who was dancing apart from you, Katie? Was there
Did you get the dancers from the cheerleaders?
No.
from the
Umar
UAE?
Akmal there?
Danny Garlick, I remember dancing
Danny Garlick
with him.
was there?
Yeah, Harwood was dancing, Catherine was dancing, obviously, Jason Hiscox was dancing. I don't think Dan did dance. I don't think
How long
you
were you
did
there
that.
till then?
Till the bitter end.
What was the bitter end?
I don't know. All I can say is that I woke up with all my clothes on.
Oh, God. Well, I left at
They got
11.
them back on then.
It's quite funny.
I got back. I left there at 11.
That was
You left
about.
at 11. Well, I reckon it must have stayed on open till about midnight.
Was it one of those over 40s discos type things?
Yeah,
Oh,
not
live
at all.
band.
There were people really rocking.
They had a covers band.
Yes,
Oh, right.
absolutely brilliant.
This is the Bolton, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were doing really classic tracks like Ain't Nobody, etc. A lot of Stevie Wonder. It was
Oh,
great.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Back to the cricket. 10 needed off the last over.
Indeed. And,
Wokes to bowl it.
Wokes to bowl it. Can
8 dot balls to date in this match.
8 out
Can
of
he be a
18.
hero?
He
Can
may not have
be a
any more
hero?
dot balls.
Shall I play a jingle?
Yeah.
When Ford and Bresnan have a rest, it's Chris Wokes Day, it's Chris Wokes Day. If their names are not on the list, it's Chris Wokes Day in the morning.
Well, that's a good ball. It's full and straight, and all Malik could do is work it up to long on, so he gets himself a single, bringing Tanvir on strike. Now, basically all you've got to do is bowl straight, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't give him any width.
No width.
Bring a couple of people in on the singles, I would say. Very tight. I'd have a couple of guys in really tight, like
Short
sort of
extra cover,
short
short
extra,
mid
short
wicket.
mid wicket. Yeah.
They never do that.
And one of
They
them would
don't.
be Jordan because he can get a lot of stuff around him. The messenger says, Wokes to bowl last over. Anything could happen. Well, not anything. We could have a super over. I think they do go to a super over if the scores are tied.
What's the fucking point? We won the series.
won the series.
This is one of the most pointless games of cricket ever, but you know. T20 at the end of the series when we've already won it.
Ian Lomax says, get Joe Jordan on. At least he would scare him when he takes his teeth out.
Joe Jordan Henderson.
And Katie Scott says, damn it, I would have stayed on Friday if I knew there was going to be dancing. But then you wouldn't have finished a novel.
Yeah, exactly.
Swings and roundabouts. I did suggest when she said she had 4,000 words still to write, just write the word wiggle 4,000 times.
I mean, just the
I'd read
effort
it.
of writing
I'd read-
50,000
no, you
words
can
is
copy
a
and
lot.
paste. You can copy
Oh, I
and paste.
suppose you could, yeah. Well, can that strictly be considered writing then?
Well, it'll be a post-structuralist novel. Well, there's a lot of faffing about in the
Katie
field.
might know. Whatever happened to that opera that we were trying to write on Twitter during the test series? No, Katie Scott.
Well, we've got to ask a tone list and the guy, who was it? Well, no, it was the girl, wasn't it, from Australia? Wasn't she part of
Oh, who was that now?
Pistol Boo?
Oh, Pistol Boo, who then changed her name
Yeah.
to something else, which I can't remember what it was.
No, she didn't. She changed her avatar. Oh, did she change
changed her name as well, yeah.
Okay,
Right.
well, Wokes is coming into bowl to Tanvir. He launches, and he launched it
great
far
shot.
enough. Yay! Bugger!
Why are you cheering,
Well,
man?
it's a great
It was a
shot,
good
isn't
hit.
it? Yeah,
It was a good
hit.
shot. It was straight. It was full. It was straight. It was whack back over
He
there.
did exactly what you told him to do. Bowl full and straight, don't give him any width, and he's hit it way back over the bowler's head for
Good
6.
shot, isn't it? That is a good shot when you've only just come in. Really
Right in the slot. Just freed his arms. Ah, bugger, I've lost more money.
It's a bad day for the bear.
Yeah, that's
How's he going to buy drinks at this rate? He's losing money left, right and centre.
I won a fair bit over the sun. Got to take the rough with the smooth, I suppose.
Yeah, well, good stuff from Pakistan. They looked out of this game, didn't they? Sort of 45 minutes ago, 50 minutes ago.
Yeah, true. It was pretty poor bowling for a couple of overs where we went for a couple of large ones, didn't we? They got manic.
It's kind of difficult though, isn't it? When someone like Afridi comes in, you know he's going to try and hit almost every ball.
Well, put some effort into it, you cheerleaders.
It must affect you as a bowler.
They're just shit.
I don't mind them. All right, they're just, sort of, manoeuvring.
Are they called Natasha?
They're manoeuvring around, looking happy.
Oh, now they're wasting time, but look,
it's all
the
over.
game's lost.
It's
They need 3
over.
runs from 4 balls. Don't start faffing around with the field.
It's going to be a thin outside edge, just going to scoop past the keeper for 4 will be my bet. Miss hit. Always works.
But having said that, this is Pakistan.
Yeah, not even they can screw it up.
What would
twice
Atif
and
be
wouldn't
saying
know.
in this situation?
Waits in to bowl Tanvir. Who misses
Dot ball.
it? They think about a single, but it's not there. It's a double. 3 off 3. Oh, this is so tight.
That was quite a clever delivery, actually.
It was.
Hamza Butt says, so the kid who's always bullied for being too ugly turned out to be a sex bomb after all. In brackets, Tanvir.
Yeah. I like Tanvir. Bowls off the wrong foot and drops easy catches. What's not to like?
Indeed.
But do you think this is what Woakes is going to do? He's got to bowl quite slow balls that aren't going to bounce, basically.
Yeah.
That's the only chance that he's going to have got. And even then, it's
You
very
are allowed to bowl
small
ball
chance.
that bounced twice.
Yeah, if you bowled a sort of slower, one of the slower bounces.
You bowl underarm anymore?
Yeah, come on, Trevor.
Chapel Pride of Australia, the best of the Chapel Pride.
Yeah, unquestionably. Wasn't there another one who didn't actually play cricket? Or didn't play cricket at any level?
Tanvir faces up.
Oh, wow!
Hits it back. They're going to get a single. Oh, it's gone just past Woakes as he bowled, and it was hit back just past him. We got a hand to it, but he slowed it down enough for them to race through for a single. 2 required from 2 balls.
Malik on strike.
If he would have actually got that in his hand, I think it would have been a run out.
Also, I think that's the thing, though. I think the fielding of bowlers off their own bowling is just so poor these days.
Did it used to be better? Because I
think it did.
Saw a great caught and bowled by Adil Rashid.
That's
not very long
true.
ago.
But generally speaking, there's too many singles have been got when.
Well, the thing is, when you put a lot of effort into a delivery, how quick is your recovery time?
True. No, that's true. No, it's a fair point. But I think when you've got to be fired up at this point, and you've got to be looking for that, I would think.
Right. Would you score me that lighter, please?
Jason Hitchcock says, in my defence, dancing might well be a breach of the trade's description.
Absolutely not. It was very nice to
And
see
Men
you.
with Ben says, I take some more morphine for the dodgy knee, fall asleep for 20 minutes, and it goes mental.
Who's that from?
Men with Ben.
Men.
Men.
He's got a new titanium knee.
Ben.
Yes,
He has been rebuilt.
Salverk says, who says T20 cricket is dead? I do.
Who says it's dead? No, I don't want to say it's dead.
I mean, is it one of the greatest ever court bowled? The guy that we've commentated with, Greg Boner. It was against England in Australia. Certainly, I mean, I know it's what he's particularly famous for, along with his hair.
I don't. I mean, if
Have
I
you
saw
not
it,
seen
I might
on
remember.
YouTube?
No.
I'll show it to you. I think it was either Gooch or both of them at the other end.
Oh, okay. Mind you, they would have hit it, wouldn't they? So it must have been quite a good catch them.
Waits in to bowl to Malik, who lamps it.
Oh,
He's only out. He's out! He's out! Malik, oh, fucking hell, this is crazy
They need
shit.
2 off the right ball. We could have a
Oh dear!
Oh, please let us know if I was right about the Super Over, if anyone's listening to the commentary.
Well, the most hysterical Super Over I've ever seen was on T20 Finals Day in England when Afridi was playing for Hampshire and just didn't know what was going on. It was clearly the first one that he'd ever bowled, and what he didn't realise is sometimes if you bowl really terrible balls,
You're better off.
you're better off.
Yeah.
Well, so, Christ, so he
They
required
need
2 off 1 ball, 1 to get the draw, so they're going to run
I'm
through
going for
anyway.
1 and a run out.
1 and a run out.
It's Tanvir to face, isn't it?
I don't know if they crossed.
Did they
They
cross?
I
must
don't think
have
they did
It was
cross.
pretty flat.
It was flat. So if it's not going to be him, it's going to be Anwar Ali almost certainly.
Look at Afridi.
The faux Afridi
The
in the
faux
crowd.
Afridi.
So if they
Cherry
don't
bomb.
get it, I do actually win. So So I need a dot ball. I'm still in with a shout. I wasn't expecting to get to the last ball.
I said this is Pakistan, so anything can happen. They needed 2 off 2 balls. He sees it right down long on's throat. He barely had to move.
Extraordinary. So
I
who's
don't
going
know
to
whether they
face?
actually crossed.
It is Anwar Ali.
Come on, England. Show you could do it. If you could pull this around, then I'll start to be confident about the World Cup, because it's always, isn't it, when you think you're down and out and then you pull off something extraordinary that you think actually they've got grit.
Pakistan.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen with one ball, couldn't it? I mean, it's just...
If he misses it and get bowled.
I think it'll be Tanvir's going to
for
face.
small verses. It's not Wokes bowling. I mean,
It is Wokes bowling. It's Jordan, not Jordan bowling.
Jordan. Sorry.
Chris Jordan Wokes.
Jordan will bowl the super over.
No, Willie will.
Actually, who did bowl the super over?
Rashid?
Rashid?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't
do
know.
they get spinners on for super overs?
I've never seen a super over.
Yeah, good knackle, says Rashid. That's a good call, I think.
Well, they're all talking the brains trust, but
This over has taken about 20 minutes so far.
Wokes.
Well, I say...
Anthony and Morgan, they're all... You've got to have someone in on the single.
What's the time, GMT?
Okay, this is what I'd be telling my teammates if I was get. Somebody has to get to the stumps at the bowler's end
very quickly.
Whether it's Wokes or whoever's at short extra cover, because there's going to be a run-out chance, and
it's going to be at the bowler's end.
It could be at the bowler's end, so you've got to make sure somebody's there.
So he must have a couple of people in on. He must have at least 2 or 3, maybe 2 over the side on the one.
Do they need to stop the one? Well, they sort of do need to
Well,
stop the one.
to
win it.
Yeah.
Well,
what's he doing?
And we don't even know if
there is someone in at short mid wicket. I mean, the thing is, they're going to hit and run.
But they're not short enough, are they?
No, they're not.
They've got to be really short.
Someone in offside on as
It
well.
would be a great ending to, 61 days, I think, that this tour has lasted.
Has it been 61 days?
And I tell you, it fucking feels
like
yeah.
Feels like barely started.
I mean, not because the cricket hasn't been highly entertaining, which it has. It's just lots of fat men in my flat. Sorry, Knuckle.
He's not that fat.
No, he's not.
That's why
He's probably not the fattest.
That's why I apologise.
Probably not the fattest. I think probably Andy Ryan's the fattest.
Yeah, Andy Ryan's huge bloke.
Well, okay, so
here we go.
Tanvir, they did cross. Tanvir's going to face up. Last ball, Wokes in. Missed it.
Is it wide?
It's a tie. Oh, no.
No, they're going to go upstairs, but I think he's in.
He's in.
He missed it completely to Tanvir. It went down to the bowler's end after Butler threw it over the receiving end.
If Butler would have hit, it would have been out.
That was awful from Butler. That was awful from Butler.
Can Twitter tell us whether there is such a thing as a super over?
Everyone's
Let's have a look. It's gone through the keeper. He shied it, and it's a terrible throw
he
from
might
Butler.
have actually made it.
He's made that.
Backing up.
Yeah, he's made it easily enough.
Yeah.
So
It's a tie.
It's a tie.
It's a tie.
More importantly, what happens when the Bears bet?
Yeah, good question.
That's a good point. They
Not
didn't offer,
out,
they
it's
didn't
a
offer the
tie.
tie.
Now,
So
come on,
maybe
tell
get the
us,
money
is
back.
it super over or
Match
match
tied. Oh my word. England are undefeated again.
Indeed. So it's super over to follow. Sweet.
Oh, super over to follow. Oh, hang on. And if it's going to be a super over, we have to have
A roulette.
commentary roulette.
Yeah.
I don't even know how super overs work. I've never seen one.
Okay, well, basically, as far as I recall, you get one bowler.
Yeah.
And you're allowed 2 wickets or one, you could get 2 new people in.
Let Knuckle explain.
So you got to
You
get.
nominate 3 batsmen, okay. All right.
Okay, quid's coming out.
So you can only lose 2 wickets.
Ian Lomax, our betting correspondent, says super over bet carries over to the super over, so the result is dependent on the super over.
Yeehaw. I'm still in with a shout then.
Why are you doing this? Because there'll probably be lots of wickets in the super over. There's no point in doing roulette.
Well, I don't. How does roulette work? You can't win the game. You can't win the game on the.
No, because you'll just have to keep producing pounds for every wicket.
Put your
Honestly,
pounds
put your
away.
pounds away.
Yeah, okay, we can't do it.
We could still all
could all
commentate
take
a ball though.
Yeah.
So who is Afridi going to put himself forward to be bowler or batsman?
I think he would be bowler.
Yeah.
I would definitely bowl Afridi.
And who would you bowl from England? Rashid or
Big
Willie?
Norwegian Dave says there's not going to be a
Sexy
super
Norwegian
over. They're just double bluffing you.
Yeah. Or triple bluff.
And Ian Lomax says you're allowed 2 wickets, 3 batsmen. Hamza Butt says I had a gut feeling it would be a super over. Yeah, you never mentioned it though. Saad Siddiqui says gorillas. How do you expect roulette to work? I think
we just worked
out. Yeah, that it's not going to work.
Yeah, we were just a bit too in a rush to get to.
This is where that your apparent disinterest in IPL comes out. If you haven't watched super overs,
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
Wasn't there a
Is
very
it, what is the average score in a super over? Probably
quite
only
low.
about 9 or something.
Yeah, not a lot.
Not even that, I don't think.
So who would you set out for England's batsmen then?
Butler.
Wokes.
Butler.
Wokes.
Wokes, not Wokes.
Look at that last over. And look at those.
Butler and
Alistair Cook.
David Willey,
Yeah, but he hasn't really.
Jason Roy,
No
Hales.
one has
You
mentioned
might-
Vince because no one has mentioned Vince.
You might go Wokes because he was the man.
In
who was
form.
Form, yeah, feeling bat on ball.
Butler,
Placed the
I
wicket.
think Butler because he mullers it, and Owen Morgan might go, well, I will have a go because I'm captain.
I think I'd go Butler, Roy, Morgan.
But Morgan doesn't tee off very early
Not early on,
though,
no,
does
that's
he?
true actually. Although we might get some crafty reverse sweeps in.
My initial two would be Butler and Root. Butler because he hits a long ball, and Root because he'll scamper through for won't make
Well, you
ones
need good
into
runners
twos.
as well, yeah.
So they're both rapid.
Yeah.
I'd get Jamie Taylor in.
And what's it better to do? You're better off batting second, aren't you, in a super over, so I'm told.
Surely.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you get the choice? Is there a toss? Is it
I
the
don't
county
know.
championship?
I don't
There's no
know,
more
actually.
tosses.
It's going to take a lot. It's like penalties at football. It's going to take forever to get it organised.
Well,
You remember the bowl out?
if you're listening wherever you are in the world, just bear in mind that none of us have a fucking clue what's going on.
I've not seen a super over for a
Great
couple
for
of
a cricket
years.
commentary service, eh?
They used to sort this out by bowl out. There was a
Yes,
bowl out
bowl
in
outs, yeah.
India
Yeah.
and Pakistan played in the last group game of the 2007 World T20. India had to win to go through. There was a bowl out. Pakistan were absolutely hopeless. India won that game and then went on to win the tournament.
I can't remember. I have seen I'm sure I've seen, not a bowl off, but I think I've seen one super over before, but I can't remember what game it was and in what context or what connection.
Well, David Coville says, put my money on Pakistan before the start. Ian Lomax says, Willie has to bowl ahead of a spinner. Butler, Morgan and Root for me. Messi Jess says, Moeen Ali should bowl. Best record, no big snicks. I'm not sure I agree with that. And the Quibono says, super over for Pakistan v England. My post-work beer will have to wait. And the Red Pirate Rowan says, the kittens have fallen asleep from the tension.
Yes. So, and you can see that in the Sky studio. I mean, Marcus just Gothic is so wired about this. Well, it looks like Pakistan are going to bat. Pakistan are going to bat.
Is it
Initial
boom
two
boom?
are
It's boom boom.
It's Umar Akmal and Shahid Afridi.
Umar Akmal and Shahid Afridi bowl to face the
I
super
would
over.
guess the other one would be Shoaib Malik.
Can we send in Mohammed
so.
Hafiz for another comedy run out? That would be great.
Yeah, run out twice in the same match. That would one innings match. That would be brilliant. So what are we going to do? We're going to do commentary roulette anyway. We're going to do one ball.
we do one ball each, yeah.
Rantuous asks, apologies for this, why doesn't Pakistan win for having
Fewer wickets.
lost fewer wickets? That
well,
doesn't
that
happen
doesn't
anymore.
apply.
Scientific says, Afridi thought, the bowl out would be great opportunity to exhibit some flight and drift. And Ian Lowick says, Lancashire lost a bowl out in the Lancashire indoor school and they used a batsman to bowl. Not surprisingly, they lost.
So Pakistan tried this thing where they just got spinners to bowl off one pace, and none of them
Take all the pace off the ball as much as you can.
India actually bowled their proper bowlers bowling off, not quite their full run.
Chris Jordan would just bowl wide.
Well, Harbhajan is perfect for a bowler because he basically for the last several years of his career has only bowled everything on Midland leg.
Okay, should we start from right to left or left to right?
I'll do the first ball.
All right, we'll go the other way
that
around.
way around.
Katie?
Surely it's not going to be Chris Jordan.
Oh, it is.
No.
Oh, decision! What on earth?
Fucking hell are you doing?
Has
We
Morgan
didn't
got
see
some
this.
money on Pakistan?
We didn't see this coming.
What?
No.
This is
no,
extraordinary.
no.
I think Katie's signaling that she's not playing in the commentary roulette.
Oh, excuse me,
But
Chris Jordan.
Chris Jordan
I
Henderson.
refuse to play his jingle.
Yeah.
I prefer Joe Root to be bowling.
This is
Owen
extraordinary.
Morgan.
This is bloody extraordinary.
I mean,
What on earth?
What a field! It's a fielding restriction the same as a power play.
The man with the most pace on the ball is going to bowl.
And England's
the worst
loosest
direction.
And the
bowler.
most inaccurate bowler is going to bowl.
well, to be fair, the batsmen will have no clue where the ball's going.
True.
Yeah, but they'll probably get some
They'll
wind.
get a couple of wides.
Afridi
won't
is
they?
looking at the deep square leg boundary, unsurprisingly.
Okay.
Here
This
we
is
go.
disaster.
First ball bare.
Pakistan facing out. Jordan comes in, bowls. It's gone through his legs,
And it's a dot ball.
and it's a dot ball.
Well,
good.
Wow.
you know, as we said, Jordan's was
Rubbish.
an inspired move, and it was actually his last over was pretty good, which was the penultimate over of the match. So maybe they're thinking he's actually he's just been bowling,
He's got through the
He
drops.
doesn't have to warm up again.
Is he going to just fire everything in at the legs? I imagine that's what he's
Ralph the
going to do.
Wildlander says that's fucking suicide.
Seems like it.
And Jeff Perkins says ICC investigation needed a decision for Jordan to bowl.
Pakistan have Anwar Ali padded up to come in next.
Interesting. This is a curious.
Tanvir.
Oh, we've done it again. He's hit him on the pad this time. They're going to get a leg by. Jordan himself is running towards square leg in a desperate attempt to stop them getting two. As it is, man has come round from long leg to field, and one has been scored for one leg by. Pakistan, after 2 balls, are 1 for no wicket. Over to you, Nethel.
Yeah, well, we can't really see where the field is because when the camera pans in to show us the batsmen, none of them are anywhere near in shot because the cameras, the fielders inside the circle are all well back on the ring.
Yeah, it's curious, isn't it? That
what we had.
Akmal, I mean, he got 4, didn't he, Akmal? He didn't get any runs.
Surely Shoaib Malik.
You would have thought.
The guy's actually been out there for a long time, and the only guy who actually timed the ball. Yeah, all the fielders inside the ring, apart from certainly on the leg side, are behind square. It's a full toss. Umar Akmal swings, not particularly elegantly, out to deep mid wicket. They'll pick up 1.
Well, what's that? 2 off 3 balls.
2 off 3 balls, and this is something of a joke. Saad Siddiqui says that's idiocy from both sides.
It is.
But to be fair, England's idiocy is actually paying off at the moment.
So far, but 3 ball, he could hit 3 sixes now, of course.
Yeah, it's boom boom.
Yeah, he hasn't actually bowled a wide.
No, if he comes in the line, though, he's going to have to come inside the line because he's surely going to bowl it down the leg side.
Anyway, this is my ball. So
right.
Shut up, all of you. Jordan, for some reason, is bowling to Shahid Afridi. He's in. It's followed him down the leg side. It's hit him on the pad. It's gone out towards point. Moeen Ali comes into field. It's another leg by, I think.
Yeah.
And Pakistan in the super over are 4 of 4 balls.
3
of 4 balls.
Over to you, Bear.
Yeah, wow. So 2 leg buys and a single.
Afridi went outside the line about a week before that ball was bowled.
Yeah.
He gave it away, didn't he? I think he'd be better off coming inside the line because if he doesn't then hit it, he's going to get a wide,
I
isn't
think
it?
it's better just standing there and swinging, honestly.
Yeah.
Has anyone lost after 1 ball of the second super over ball?
Okay, here we go. Chris Jordan comes in, bowls. It's full. It's on the stumps. It's going to be a dot ball. Umar Akmal can only hit it back to Jordan. Bloody hell. 3 off 5 balls. 1 ball left. England could do it off the first ball of their super over reply. The crowd have gone deadly silent. Let's have a couple of people on screen and suddenly realised they're on screen. That was right up in the slot. That was a good ball.
And a bit of swing.
And a bit of swing.
Do they use a new ball for the super over?
I can't imagine they would.
Yeah.
That'd be a waste of a new ball.
Yeah, exactly.
2 overs.
Well,
it's back to me. It's Umar Akmal facing the final ball of the super over. Can he get some runs on the ball? Can he get a 4? Can he get a 6? Here comes Jordan up to the crease. Bowls. He went down. He tried to ramp it. He got bowled leg stump. What a fantastic super over by Chris Jordan, who we all agreed was the perfect man to bowl this super over for England. At the end of the super over, Pakistan had finished on 3 for 1. Only one of those runs came off the bat.
I would like to fucking say those. Why didn't he bowl like that in his penultimate fucking over?
You do wonder.
About 30.
You do wonder,
Jordan
don't you?
fucking Henderson.
Jordan Henderson.
Chris Jordan is a big over player.
Oh, it's not a no ball.
No, it's not a no ball. Well, that was.
Do you get any reviews in the super over?
There's no reviews in international T20s full stop, I don't think.
That was a great super over.
No.
No, the umpires.
So who's going to bowl the Pakistan super over, do you think?
I'd go with
Hamza Butt says,
maybe Mohammad Irfan.
Can Jordan run for Prime Minister? This is terrific. Ralph the Wonderlama says, as I said, genius decision to bowl Jordan.
As we all said, I think we all agreed on that.
We all agree. But it turned out to be a genius decision, even though...
Hamza Butt says, bitch ass face. Tourette's Hamza Butt. And John says, super over and I have buffering. Freaking tune.
Oh, no, that's a disaster. It really is.
It may have just been us stuttering, to be fair.
Almost as disastrous as Pakistan super over. Their batting super over, anyway.
Stroke of genius by Owen Morgan, I have to say.
Indeed so. I mean, where did they pick that one from?
Now, who is the off the beat selection to go out to bat now?
For England?
Yes.
Moeen?
I think they can all bat.
Yeah.
Moeen? I don't think Moeen's a good choice because he hits over the top of the infield, doesn't he?
Vince would get his eye in for sort of 4 or 5 deliveries.
There's no rabbits in this. There's no...
I mean, you could send out several players for England, couldn't you, really, to be honest, that can hit the ball. But they don't really need to go... They don't have to do anything stupid, do they? I mean...
4. They need 4.
Two twos will do it.
Just to tell you, Chris Jordan was the most expensive bowler. He went for 39 runs off his 4 overs in the game proper.
Exactly, and then he bowled like that in the super over.
Willie went for 36, Rashid for 29, Wokes 26, and Moeen 22.
We're going to see the whole of the super over very quickly again, and it's 2 balls down the leg
They've all
side
been
into the
wides
pads.
actually so far.
Well, if he'd come inside the line, they would have been wides. They went the wrong way, basically.
3 of them
Apart
would
from,
have been
apart
wides.
from Umar Akmal, who did come inside the line for the last ball. Bold.
True. Yes, ultimately. And the ramp shot didn't quite come off.
That's almost exactly how Afridi got out in the real game.
You know, I told you that the skill in super overs is to bowl badly, and you wonder why Jordan has been
He
picked.
bowled really well.
But he bowled well, so the theory breaks down. Double bluff, it's the double bluff again.
Quick info, I don't know how they deal with super overs on their scorecards.
Oh no, that must be tricky for them. Adil Rashid, I think, should bat. Along with... The thing is, there aren't any bad...
This is the
potentially
thing.
bad batsmen
There's
in
no
that
comedy.
England team.
There's no comedy selection, is there?
No, not really. I mean, it's an okay selection, whoever
I
you
mean,
decide
I
on.
would
Send
go.
the physio.
I would go Butler, Root, and Morgan.
Well, I think I'd go Root now on the basis that we only need 4 to win.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I'd
scan
go.
signals.
I'm not sure I'd go Butler now.
But he's quick.
Root and Morgan could run 2 off.
Do you go Root and Morgan? Go Root and somebody, basically, is what I would go. Pakistan fans
I'd go Root and Butler.
are very quiet and sitting, well, they can't believe what's happened, can they? But they're staying, most of them are staying, just to see how this might work its way out.
Sam Billings is not padding up. Jason Roy is not padding up.
No, I think it's got to be...
Fake Shai the Afridi is looking dejected.
I think it's got to be proper batting now, with only 4
It looks
required.
like Afridi's going to bowl, which makes some
I think
sense.
he's like the
Send out
kid
Chris
at
Wokes.
school, isn't he? That gets to do everything.
I'm captain.
I'm
going to do
captain. I'm going
everything.
to bowl. I'm going to play the super over. and I'm going to bowl the super over.
I think he should definitely bowl the super
No, he should.
over.
You're right.
I bet the first ball goes into the stands for 6.
And that'll be funny.
That will be fun.
You know, no. Bowls the googly, 5 wides down leg.
Oh, that would be quite funny.
that
as
would
well.
Win it
quite
off
funny.
no deliveries.
Yeah.
We want the super over off no deliveries.
Oh, I'm not checking the tweeters, sorry. Messenger says Jordan should bat now. Very deep third man says 4 to win. England will find a way to only get 2.
Probably.
Sarsidiki
What
says,
if they get 3?
Ha 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 ha. That was inspirited. I think he means inspired.
Hang on a second.
That's a
what
very
if
good
they
point.
get 3?
Do we have another super over? An even more super over.
We have a super half over.
Oh, hang on a second. It looks like it's going to be Sahil Tanvir now with the ball in his hand.
Oh, that's...
They said, well, England picked their worst bowler.
Yeah, but-
we're going to pick our worst bowler.
Yeah, the thing is, though, he when he came back after his first spell, he bowled pretty well, and he bowled a lot round the wicket. But his first spell, I think, was 2 overs for 21. If he bowls like that, then he's got no chance. He doesn't look like he's going to take a run up. Is he just going to stand there and...
Ralph the Wonderlama says, steady, beware hubris.
Indeed so.
Oh no, Sahil Tanvir has now chucked the ball
he's
to
thrown it
someone.
away.
What's going on?
Is this just bluffing and double bluffing?
Who knows what the hell's happening?
Triple bluff?
Yeah. So whose ball is it?
It must be Shai Afridi.
So,
My ball.
It's your ball again.
who have we got coming? We've got Owen Morgan and we've got Josh Butler.
Oh, I'm not sure I'd have gone for that combination.
I'm a little surprised Root's not out there.
Yeah, I think I would have gone with us only needing 3 or 4. I would have gone with Root.
Now, maybe these two, they
Do
think...
they have to nominate them in advance, or if a wicket falls, can they decide who goes in?
Oh, I don't know.
Whether they need a runner or a hitter.
It would be
question
difficult
again.
to get someone else padded up, I suppose. You could have a few
You
people
could have them all
padded.
padded up.
Yeah,
and
you
just
could.
decide who go in.
No, it is going to be a freebie.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
it
a
should
free.
be.
Yeah, but on the basis the way that Morgan played spin in the actual game, where he
It doesn't matter. He just needs to get some bat on ball and run.
Yeah. They don't need. He doesn't even need to hit the ball. He should run through if it goes through the keeper, even if he's standing up.
You sort of edge forward, and as soon as the freebie
Ian
ball just
Lomax
runs.
tells us that super over batsmen can't be changed after the start. So you have to nominate them like penalty takers, is it?
at the start of the super over.
You have to tell them who the 3 batsmen are.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a Freedy spell where he got Root out, then he got Moeen off the next ball, caught and bowled. A celebration that didn't really befit the wicket, I have to say. Looks like it's going to be Owen Morgan facing the first ball of the super over.
Leslie Boy says, I need live tweets. Cannot listen live.
Oh well, live tweets. That's down to you then, Fred.
Yep.
You're there.
I'm
It
just
is-
retweeting random things.
Yep. It is captain to
Steady,
captain.
beware hubris.
So whose ball is it?
Mine.
It's your ball again.
No, it's mine.
No, it's
mine.
Knuckles. Yeah, I did the last
You got
one.
away with it.
Yeah.
Oh, this
So we
this
have a
could be roulette, but
a
okay,
fine
never
leg
mind.
up in the circle. We have a mid on back. The field is up on the offside. It's captain to captain.